The inaugural edition of the Times Now School Ranking for East 2024 was launched recently in Kolkata.
Times Now School Ranking East 2024 is an annual ranking of schools in the eastern region of India, an initiative of Times Network. The ranking is based on various parameters such as academic performance, infrastructure, faculty, sports, and extracurricular activities. The survey is conducted by a neutral research agency, and this year's research has been conducted by Tenfold. The aim of this ranking is to provide parents and students with a comprehensive guide to the best schools in the region, helping them to make informed decisions about their education.
The Gala event highlighted top-performing schools across the eastern region of India, covering West Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, Jharkhand and Assam. TimesNow.in has curated this unique platform to recognize the leading schools in each state and the top institutions within various zones. The event was attended by various dignitaries from the education sector, students, principals and teachers from more than 50 schools in the region. The event was flagged off with a series of opening speeches by some of the most charismatic leaders. Here are some snippets from the inaugural session.
Education is a fundamental pillar of our life. It determines our future, our career, and contributes to nation building. This city, Kolkata, the city of joy, has produced some of the brightest Indians. Many of them have been to the UK for their higher education. I am happy that the UK remains a top draw for international students. The UK's higher education sector ranks second only to the US for the number of international students, hosting 680,000 international students in 2021 to 2022, and ranks first for annual student recruitment, i.e. attracts more new international students each year than any other country.
Igniting the young mind is the best exercise for all of us, and they are the nation builders. In this sense, the schools are playing major roles in our country. Now, the focus is on the overall education, overall development, more creativity, more, more kind of exposure, and more thinking for the students. So it's kind of a student-centric education now.
We need to address the quality parameters at first. We have so many problems in our society. We have so many good things in our society. But keeping balance in between these parameters is very important to me. And each and every schools were established in a specific conditions or in a particular situation. Geographical locations is very important. The schools operating in rural areas in North Bengal, they might have different parameters to judge the quality of the school.
After the inspiring words from the doyens and the subject experts, it was time for a thought-provoking panel discussion where industry stalwarts discussed on the topics of future-ready schools, preparing students for a changing world, and the role of technology in enhancing educational outcomes. Here are some takeaways.
We're talking about future-ready schools, preparing students for a changing world. I'd like Dr. Shumon Mukherjee to share his views first.
So the first thing that we need to understand is that we have got to move on to experiential learning, a point that Aristotle would be saying that we learn by doing, and we learn through our failures with the famous 7E model, of which I think the most important is to elate and learn from your failures. We, in India particularly, we are afraid to fail. Therefore, we give crutches to our child to walk, and that comes in the form of tuition. My question to the entire gathering here, because you're all teachers, if a medal is stripped of an athlete for being under drugs, why do we applaud a student for coming first with the help of 6 tutors? So you have actually demolished the entire confidence in the child by asking him to learn to walk on tutorial help.
Professor Dr. Bishujoy Chatterjee, to continue on these thoughts.
We have tried to find out by putting in questions in the metaverse world through an Oculus headset, some auto-generated questions coming in front of his eyes at the end of the class, pertaining to that class, and the students answering those questions, given a list of students, is giving a list of students to the teacher, which students did not understand properly. And accordingly, the mentor being used to teach the students accordingly, helping the students, personalizing his learning, and that way I believe a school can be future ready, a school can be actually made to impart learning in the way a student understands the best.
If you check the parameters, you will see the good education, it is not related with the money. It is related with so many other things. So, this is my honest request to all the schools to do something else for the poor people who are not in the mainstream of our society. The socially responsible schools is the best school. I do believe that in coming days, we'll be able to see so many schools supporting the students.
Our next speaker, Priyanka Mukherjee, ma'am, the role of technology in enhancing education outcomes.
First of all is our content delivered in the classroom should be very crisp and compact. This is first point. Coming to the second part, what I feel. One word is very trending in the market, that is AI, artificial intelligence. What exactly is AI doing? Artificial intelligence, one example I can give, Siri in our iPhone. You are asking questions, it is answering. You are asking it to book your flight tickets, it is booking. So what should be our learning outcome in the classroom? That is $1 million question right now. What are we making, means how we should train our students so that they can overcome these challenges. So our learning outcome should be planned in such a way so that in future, our students should overcome these challenges.
Professor Khare, would you like to take on from there?
In school education itself, it should be science-based applications for the technology development, the technology which can solve the issues which we foresee in the futures. Sustainable environment. I think we have to early on see that students get a fairly good idea about sustainable sciences, sustainable environment, which is going to be a challenge of the future.
Our last speaker, Arup Shankar Bagchi.
As the competition increases, students, they're pressurized, good or bad, both sides. The bad side is it applies pressure on us. When I look back, when I was in school, life was easier. It's no longer. What is the good side? Paris Olympics, 6 medals, 1 silver, 5 bronze. What about the Paralympics? Life is tough there. Life is really tough there. 29 medals, 7 golds, 9 silvers, 13 bronze. So the tougher lies when the going gets tough. The tough gets going. Students, remember this. Never give up. Never give up.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our panelists.